What's going on, guys? Shane here with another trainer's tip. So today we're going to talk about the importance of balance so that you can land more punches, so that you can set up more punches, so that your punches be more powerful, okay? By doing that, I want to talk about the three planes of motion. First is the frontal plane, okay? So watch this blue line here. Imagine this splits me in half, front and back, okay? Like there's a piece of glass going through my head, down to the bottom of my feet. Okay, next is going to be the sagittal, splits me left and right, that green line there. And then last is transverse, which is going to be rotational stuff. We're going to be talking about that the most. Okay, so like I said, I want you guys to understand body movement so that you can be more educated fighters, so that you can be better fighters. Okay, so let's talk about frontal movements. This is side-to-side stuff where you're moving along that plane. So right here I'm doing side lunges. I could be doing lateral raises, right? Now I'm doing jump squats side to side, okay? A lot of footwork if you're moving in and out is frontal, okay? Next is the sagittal, okay? This one that goes down the middle and cuts me left and right, okay? So these are more basic exercises, all right? More common exercises like squats, okay? Like front raises, front shoulder raises, forward lunges, okay? Stuff like that. And then last is, like I said, the rotational, the transverse, which we're going to be talking about the most today. So I'm doing spinning, twisting, jump, squats. You know, bench press is considered transverse, and then just trunk rotations, twisting. Like that, you can already see it's looking like a punch, right? It looks like I'm throwing an elbow almost. So that's what I want to talk about most today. All right, so like I said, I want to make you guys more educated, more knowledgeable, better fighters. Combo today is going to be cross hook. All right, I set up this first time with a jab, cross hook. Okay, and that's the correct way of throwing it, right? Throwing it slow, but that's everything. The fundamentals are correct. Now, I want to talk about balance form first. Most of you guys know this, but it's good to go over the basics, good to go over the fundamentals. So, as most of you know, weight is distributed 50-50 evenly in both feet, right? You got your knees slightly bent for rhythm, for balance, and then you got the weight in the balls of your feet. Your heels can touch the ground, but the weight's in the balls of your feet, so you're nice and agile, so you can move around. Cool. Okay, so let's move forward now. Let's take a look at this combo here, but I want you to pay attention not so much in the feet now, but if we have the correct form, now we can focus on other things like the abs, okay, the obliques, the hips, okay? So we're going to look right here as I throw across, and we're going to notice how that contributes to the hook, the movement of the hook itself. So let's watch this in slow motion. I'm going to zoom in a little bit too. Okay, so throw the cross. Now I want you to notice how my hips turn and my abs are activated there, right? It's creating sort of like this, you know, like an apparatus where it wants to twist back, right? It wants to go back to the position it was just at, like a not a slinky, but like a you know, like an elastic band. Okay, so I threw this cross here, and as you guys remember too, when we throw our punches, the reason why the form is this way is because we're building up this power. We're pushing into the ground. This is physics now, guys. We're pushing into the ground here with our foot. We're pivoting on that foot. The power's coming up our knee, twisting our hips, which is generating that power now to come up our back into our shoulder. It's coming down our arm into the fist, into our opponent's face, and he's sad because he's getting punched with a solid punch. All right, guys. So the reason why we pivot our foot there, it's pretty much just a cue. The reason why we do this, why we pivot this foot, is a cue so that this knee will turn and so that the hips turn, so that we can get all of this other stuff going on. Let me clear this. This is getting a little messy now. So like I said, pay attention to the abs right here and that lead leg, that lead hip. So we're going to twist now. It's naturally, like I said, it's naturally going to want to come back, that elastic band, right? And we're going to go with it. We're going to go with the flow and throw that lead hook. So let's watch it again. We'll zoom in. So I throw the cross and the hook, okay? Again, I throw the cross, and you can already, look at my abs. You can already see them twisting. They're naturally wanting to come back, and we're going to go with it. And we're going to pull that, boom, into our lead hook, okay? As long as the weight distribution is right in the feet, okay? As long as, you know, balance is there, we're not leaning or anything like that, then you're going to get a good punch, okay? Let those abs and hips do what they want to do naturally. Okay, sweet. So let's look at some common mistakes. Well, this is correct. Okay, so I'm just doing it slow again. So I throw that cross, and then boom, I pull it into the hook. Okay, some mistakes now are leaning. Okay, now when you lean forward, obviously that's for people who, let me rewind that just a little bit. For people who feel like they they need to make up for lost range, or for some reason people think you're going to get more power when you lean forward. You're not, guys. The twisting, the transverse plane is going to get you the power, the twisting of the hips, okay? This is lacking power here. Not only that, but you're open for knees to the face, uppercuts to the face. The body's open, okay? The body's open right here. But I'm telling you, just don't do that because, like I said, you're not set up. You're not going to be able to throw a hook. There's not going to be anything on it. Your balance is off. Don't do that. Other thing is leaning back. You can't throw a cross while leaning back. Now, you kind of actually can throw a hook. Boom. Like, that's actually a pretty decent hook because you can see right here, I was able to pivot on that lead foot and twist the hips. But let's try not leaning back, guys, unless we're doing like a pull counter. But that's with the knee bent, okay? So always try to stay pretty balanced. All right, next is leaning to the right. Obviously, not going to work, okay? That's an arm punch there. Leaning to the left, there's no way you could follow up with a hook. All right, so again, here's a correct way of doing it. Weights in the balls of the feet, nice, evenly distributed, and following up, boom, the cross with the hook. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it for today. That's what I wanted to talk about. If you guys want to know, specific exercises to improve balance or footwork, talking more so about the planes of motion, body movement, and stuff like that, let me know. But until next time, make sure you comment other topics you'd like for me to cover, and subscribe. Please subscribe so you can get more of these videos and, get the fight tips before your opponent does. All right, guys, until next time, I'm Shane with Fight Tips, self-defense for the underdogs.